President Trump is showing new impatience with the Russia investigation and reluctance to accept evidence that Saudi Arabia's crown prince ordered the murder of a Washington Post contributor. The president said in a weekend interview that he's spent enough time answering special counsel Robert Mueller's questions, and he will not interfere with decisions made by Mueller's new boss. Major Garrett is at the White House. Major, good morning.
Good morning. Before taking his post as acting Attorney General, Matt Whitaker, as we now know and has been well established, often criticized Robert Mueller's special counsel investigation. For that and many other reasons, Democrats on Capitol Hill want Whitaker to recuse himself. President Trump said in an interview yesterday, Whitaker's appointment is temporary, but for as long as he has that job, he can do what he wants.
It's going to be up to him. I think he's very well aware politically. He's a very smart person. He's going to do what's right.
President Trump said he would not interfere with acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker if he moves to curtail special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation.
I would not get involved.
Whitaker oversees the Mueller probe and faces calls to recuse himself because of past remarks like these, suggesting ways to hobble Mueller.
That Attorney General doesn't fire Bob Mueller, but he just reduces his budget so low that his investigation grinds to almost a halt.
Something the president said he knew nothing about before he named Whitaker to replace former Attorney General Jeff Sessions.
Those statements, they really can be viewed either way.
The biggest flaw, from my point of view, is that he was chosen for the purpose of interfering with the Mueller investigation.
California Democrat Adam Schiff called Whitaker's appointment unconstitutional.
This is an attack on the rule of law.
Firing back on Twitter and misspelling Schiff's name, the president noted that, like Whitaker, special counsel Mueller is also not Senate confirmed for his current post.
Your team is preparing written answers to questions about...
No, not my team. I'm preparing written answers. I'm the one that does the answer.
Mr. Trump also insisted written answers to Mueller came from him, not his lawyers. He said it was unlikely he would interview with Mueller or his team.
I think we've wasted enough time on this witch hunt, and the answer is probably we're finished.
Republicans on Capitol Hill continue to warn this White House and the president not to interfere or end the Mueller investigation. Lindsey Graham, Republican senator from South Carolina, Norah, said doing so would be, quote, a disaster.
Let me also ask you, Major, about Chris Wallace's questions about the president and the military, specifically retired Admiral William McRaven, who has criticized President Trump by saying that his attacks on the media are the greatest threat to our democracy. Why did President Trump respond the way he did?
Well, the president took that criticism from McRaven and immediately tried to contextualize it and say, well, he's a Hillary Clinton fan and an Obama backer, suggesting that a partisan orientation is more important to why McRaven said calling the free press an enemy of the American people is a great threat to democracy. And the president also said, wouldn't it have been nice to get Osama bin Laden earlier? Well, McRaven had no control over the order, but when the order was given by President Obama, he carried it out. One other thing Chris Wallace asked the president about, why hasn't he seen American forces in Iraq or Afghanistan, as presidents typically do? The president said, Norah, that trip is being planned.
Yeah, that was an important question to think about. The commander-in-chief has still not visited our troops who are stationed in Iraq or Afghanistan. Previous presidents usually do that over Thanksgiving or near the Christmas holidays to let them know that they're still cared for.
Maybe he's planning a surprise and we don't know it yet. We'll see.
And as Mike Morrell, former acting director of the CIA, said, backing up what Major said, that it's the CIA's job to go find bin Laden, and then McRaven went after him.
Executed.
So,
and the Navy SEALs.
Right. And the Navy SEALs, that's right. Thank you, Major.